Good afternoon, Your Honor. Bryn Kurt on behalf of the people, P84009. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. James Parker on behalf of Mr. Schuster.
Good afternoon.
These items are priceless and represent memories that cannot simply be replaced. This moment shows that the court is not only concerned about punishment, but also about making things right for the victim. Then comes the surprising twist when the judge decides not to send Mr. Schust back to jail. Instead, the focus turns to rehabilitation with 6 months of house arrest with a GPS tether. However, the judge delivers a strong warning that if the no-contact rule is violated, prison will be the next step.
In any way, you're going to spend at least a year in the Michigan Department of Corrections.
Can I ask a question?
You can ask
How do I go
Mr. Parker.
about getting her?
You can ask Mr. Parker.
What do you need, sir?
Her photos. The only reason why I hung on them for long.
Mr. Schuster,
Your Honor,
Just tell me.
if the people may, is there going to be a replacement for the DVT program? Because that was the entire purpose of
yes,
the
I'm sorry.
incarceration.
Yes, it's it's batterers counseling.
Okay.
And thank you for raising that because I don't have that here.
And I did have an opportunity to speak with the complainant who is here. And she indicated to me that the items she is most specifically concerned about are her medical records, the entirety of her medical records. From
You mean since she was an adult?
I believe her entire life medical records, Your Honor. I believe that the defendant's mother has possession of them, and I have that belief. I don't recall. I'd have to double check, but I do know that that his mother has used information from those medical records in the past to demean the complaining witness. And then the photo albums, which do contain photographs of her, as well as her sister, who I don't believe is with us anymore, Your Honor, from their childhood, from Russia, and all the way through, Your Honor. I have been informed that none of these photographs are of an intimate nature. So,
The discussion shifts when Mr. Schust asks how he is supposed to return the belongings, and the courtroom begins exploring what those items actually mean to the victim. The prosecutor explains that the victim is deeply concerned about her medical records, which apparently cover her entire life. The conversation then turns to photo albums that contain memories from childhood, including moments with a sister who has passed away. These photographs are not just pictures, but emotional pieces of the victim's past that cannot be recreated. The prosecutor also makes it clear that none of the photos are inappropriate, which removes any suspicion about their nature. Because of the tension between the parties, a safe solution is proposed. The plan is for the items to be delivered to the Allen Park Police Department so the victim can retrieve them without any contact or confrontation.
I did ask that question. I also did float several ideas of how to effectuate the transfer of this property. My suggestion, personally, would be that either Mr. Schusterick or a representative of Mr. Schusterick takes those items to the Allen Park Police Department, leaves them there, and then either Miss Schumann or a representative of her goes to the Allen Park Police Department and retrieves them. That way there is no communication, no interaction between any parties. I think that given the extensiveness to which parents have been involved in the case, I think that would be the best bet rather than having a third party meetup, not at a police station. And then on and after the date of sentencing, Mr. Schusterick's mother did reach out and text the complaining witness multiple times. I don't believe, based on the contents of those text messages, that Mr. Schusterick directed her to do that. But I just want that on the record, that contact was made. It was harassing contact by Mr. Schusterick's mother. Again, I can't establish that he directed her to do that or she did that on his direction. or at his suggestion or anything like that. I know Your Honor was very adamant last time and spoke with her as well that contacting would not be helpful. And I would just like on the record that did occur and that those messages did come from his mother. I don't have anything to suggest that Mr. Schusterick was involved with that. I just wanted it noted for the record.
As the prosecutor continues explaining the situation, the courtroom learns that family involvement has made this case even more complicated. Then an important detail is placed on the record about something that happened after the previous sentencing. The victim reportedly received several text messages from the defendant's mother, and they were described as harassing. The prosecutor is careful to explain that there is no proof Mr. Schust told his mother to send those messages, but the contact still needed to be documented. This moment creates tension because it shows that the conflict may still be continuing outside the courtroom. The defense attorney then responds in a respectful tone, thanking the judge for the sentence and acknowledging the court's decision. At the same time, he asks for a clear list of the exact items that must be returned so there will be no misunderstanding later.
Thank you. Mr. Parker?
Well, can we, certainly we appreciate the court's resentencing. Can we have a list of things that...
Ms. Kurt, I appreciate that you're giving Mr. Schusterick the benefit of the doubt concerning his mother. And assuming, especially because it was the day of sentencing, and probably that he would have had a limited opportunity to contact his mother, I tend to agree with you. However,
the judge begins confirming the items that must be returned, including the medical records and the photo albums that were discussed earlier. However, the moment quickly turns tense when Mr. Schust interrupts the conversation. The judge immediately reminds him that this is not the first time he has had trouble following instructions in the courtroom. According to the judge, he has appeared before the court many times, and the same issue of talking out of turn keeps happening. This causes the judge to question whether he truly understands the seriousness of the situation. The courtroom atmosphere becomes slightly uncomfortable as the judge openly challenges his behavior. The conversation then returns to the issue involving his mother contacting the victim. Even if the defendant did not instruct her to do it, the judge makes it clear that the harassment must stop.
these items be delivered to the Allen Park Police Department no later than next Monday. So you'll need to arrange that, Mr. Schuster.
And I'll make sure to put a call out to the Allen Park Police Department so that they're aware.
Thank you. And when they are delivered, Mr. Schusterick, whoever delivers them, make sure, this is really critical, make sure that that person gets the name of whomever these items are left with. Because I don't want to hear, well, I never received them. I went to the police department and nobody could tell me who.
I have nothing at this time, Your Honor.
Judge, he'll need to contact DOC to get that in place.
Okay, thank you.
Part 5. The judge then addresses Mr. Schust directly and firmly explaining that he needs to get control of the situation with his mother. The court reminds him that she was clearly warned not to contact the victim in any way. If the messages continue, the victim could potentially pursue legal action, and the situation could escalate even further. After that, the judge issues a clear and final order about the return of the property. The medical records and photo albums must be delivered to the Allen Park Police Department by the following Monday. The judge also stresses that whoever delivers the items must record the name of the officer who receives them. This instruction is meant to prevent any future claims that the property was never returned in the end. The judge reminds Mr. Schust that he spoke highly of the victim, and if that is true, then now he must prove it by following the court's order exactly.